Congratulations! You are in the final stage of OPT, which is stage 4. You are approved for OPT, so now you need to know how to maintain your F-1 visa status while on OPT. The first step is to begin employment. As a reminder, all work while on OPT should be related to your major field of study. You are allowed 90 days of unemployment during your whole period of OPT. If you exceed the 90 days of unemployment, your SEVIS record will be automatically terminated by the Department of Homeland Security. If you exceed 90 days of unemployment, there is no grace period. However, note that unpaid work in your field of study counts as employment. So how do you report your employment? Once the OPT start date on your EAD is reached, you should receive an email from the Student Exchange and Visitor Program, or SEVP, to set up your SEVP portal. If you do not get this email, please submit an SEVP portal assistance request in iPortal. After you set up your SEVP portal, you are required to report your employment information, your address, and your phone number. You will have to include an explanation of how each job you report is related to your major. Make sure you report any work within 10 days of the employment start date. Once you get a job and report it in the SEVP portal, you may choose to request a new I-20 with your employer information printed on it. To do this, submit an updated I-20 request in iPortal. If you depart the U.S. with no intention to return to use your OPT, or you change immigration status before the end date on your EAD card, you need to inform ISPO by submitting a termination or completion of status reporting form in iPortal. This is something to think about if you are approaching your 90 days of unemployment. Before you reach 90 days of unemployment, you should make plans to leave the U.S., start another academic program, or change your immigration status if possible. A common topic for students is traveling while on OPT. Is it possible to travel outside the U.S. with approved OPT? Yes, it is possible. When you re-enter the U.S., you must make sure you have a passport that is valid for at least 6 months in the future, a valid F-1 visa, your EAD, and an updated I-20 with a valid travel signature. Note that travel signatures are only good for 6 months at a time while on OPT, so submit a new travel signature request in iPortal if you need one. Lastly, ISPO recommends that you bring proof of employment when you travel. As you approach the end of your OPT employment period, you may be eligible for a 2-year science, technology, engineering, or math, or STEM OPT extension. To see if you are eligible for a STEM OPT extension, please visit Stage 1 of STEM OPT on ISPO website. Note that the STEM Extension OPT applications need to be received by USCIS before the end date of your initial OPT. If you're not eligible or do not apply for STEM OPT, you have a 60-day grace period after your last day of OPT to either depart the US, change visa status, or start another academic program in the US. This 60-day grace period only applies if you have not accumulated a total of more than 90 days of unemployment. For more information on any of these options, you can check out ISPO's website. As a reminder, this video is only an overview. We highly recommend you thoroughly review our website as well as our guides before you apply for OPT.